Hey, Black Warrior, do you guys sell any of you guys' produce seeds?
I buy my produce seeds because I have to grow organically, and I've
Okay.
started harvesting my own seeds, especially for my herbs. Any seeds I have, I use buy in abundance. So anybody who's looking for seeds, whatever, because usually I'm kind of growing on a pretty large scale, we can always get folks started and kind of seed. We can invest in folks to help with seeds. Oh my God, the most important thing I want to say to y'all. There was a time, and I'm not ashamed. So there's so many things in my past I'm not ashamed of, but I have been everywhere under the sun, and good, bad, and otherwise. I have learned how to take every experience, and it is a part of my brand. And I stand boldly and proudly in everything. I have no shame in anything that's ever happened to me or that I've ever done. I own it. I move forward, and it's been my superpower as well. And I will say this: there's that thing called SNAP. There was a time when I first moved to Alabama, and I didn't really have the resources before I got my consulting assignment in Philadelphia. And there's a reason why I had $0. I got on food subsidy. So I've had SNAP benefits. And you know what I found out with SNAP benefits? I could buy fruit trees. I could go to Walmart. I could go to I think it's called Tractor Supply. I went to Sam's Club. I bought a lot of the trees I have on my farm. I ended up getting them through with my EBT SNAP benefits. I bought seeds, and that was just early on. And I was experimenting on my farm. Um, you can go buy seeds with your SNAP benefits. You can buy herbs. You can buy fruit trees. You can buy vegetable seeds with your SNAP benefits. So I don't think many of us realize that, but yeah, I don't mind helping with seeds.
Um, so I was wondering, Black Warrior, what is your medium that you use? Because have you ever tried lava rocks?
So I believe they might be using lava rocks in the base for. I think they might be using it for just for irrigation or like to aerate the soil. I think they might be using. I can't say for sure. And on that side, I don't really get involved with. I'm more on the business side, the financial side, overseeing our practices. I am really trying to leave the growing, except for knowing enough to be dangerous and give some wrong information, to those experts in the business here. I basically am running the corporation. And I could get that information for you if you're really interested, but I don't really get involved in that side too much. Just too much to do and hands in too many things.
Yeah, I'm more on the growing side, more of the physical hand side. But I would love, to really get into detail about the business side too. I know, when you're on the growing side, you know certain limitations of the business, but you're not in depth in the business.
Yeah, there again, we haven't even started, we haven't even made our first dollar yet. And we've got to have 7,000 mothers here in the next 3 weeks. So we got to get some mothers here. And the point is this: they're experimenting with stuff, and it's all organic, and they're kind of playing around with stuff, and I control. So that means if we say this is our process, I have to make sure we're following the process. And I've been a little bit lax because everyone's excited about this, and I am too. But in a minute, everything's going to be so controlled, even how much and what we actually feed our plants. So that's going to evolve over time, and each strain is going to have its own formula of, kind of like a baby formula, right? As we learn, but there's only a limited amount kind of we could do, because if we would have started growing 5,000 mothers a year ago or 6 months ago, those mothers eventually would probably start flowering out, and we would end up having to destroy a lot of inventory and have lost a lot of money because we kind of got ahead of the industry. So we are a little bit constrained by the industry, but we feel right now that we're at a stage where we're just getting ready to ramp up. But any information, if you reach out to me, I'm happy to share that with you, unless it's proprietary.
And sister, where can we reach out to you at? Because I do see some people in the chat that said that they would like to know if there's a platform or something how we could reach out to you and get some knowledge and understand.
I'm going to say this. This is not a today and let's run off and save the world. Like I mentioned, I'm process driven. A lot of this has been built over time while we are now pooling resources, starting to actually have real resources to share. it's not necessarily like readily available, but the training, the knowledge, and all of that is readily available and it's free, and I'm free to give. But what I've decided to do, because Glock in this room has so graciously stayed with me on the journey from the beginning, I am so graciously going to sort of manage this from the soil to sovereignty through this space and with this team, to be sort of the catalyst, even though this is Clubhouse and I don't really talk a lot on Clubhouse, but I will in intentional, purposeful rooms. I will be here, I will be around. We will be doing some things together. I'm kind of getting ahead of myself because this actually, from the soil to sovereignty, just was created last night, working with Glock on today's presentation. But this is something that is going to be rolled out in 2026, and we're obviously going to be doing some things leading up to it, and it's going to be on all platforms, so not just in Clubhouse. So what I will say is stay connected to this room. Most of the information and path forward is going to be guided by this room, and that's just the fact of it.
Hold on, let me hit the horns real quick. Yes, ma'am, and we definitely love the fact that you would like to continue this journey with us. It's definitely going to be a learning experience. I'm pretty sure this conversation has been a learning experience. And I did want to get into one more segment before we started taking questions and the Q&A from audience members, but I think I'm just going to, bring a few people up that I know have been active and have been back channeling me, trying to get in touch with you. So the hand raising is turned off now, but I am going to bring those individuals up, so they can also join in for a few minutes and ask questions and have dialogue with you about what is going on at this current time. Sunshine, I sent you the invite as well. Metashar, I sent you an invite. Sovereign, I sent you an invite. And Kim Rain, I sent you an invite as well. So you all could come on stage if you would like, so you could speak directly with Black Warrior in regards to the information that you have heard or any other questions that you may have. As I stated, this has been very insightful. We're about an hour and 15 minutes into it, so I don't want to take up too much of her time knowing that she's a very busy woman, but I do want to give space to everyone that wants to join the conversation with us here on stage. So I brought you all up and go for it.
Hi, my name is Carla Napper. I go by the name of any vegetable I can think of on this app. So you'll see me as butter bean, butternut squash, sweet pea, and all these things, because that's just kind of my way to uh, introduce the subject matter of growing food. And Black Warrior, I resonated with you so much on how you see, the vision and mission for us in particular, to control at some level, what we're eating. And Glock, I want to give you kudos and thank you for having this room. And I just came up because I just completed this course through the Chesapeake Agriculture Innovation Center, CAIC, out of Maryland. And basically, what they do is they cultivate success, teaching agricultural entrepreneurs about the business side of farming. It was a free course for me. I don't know how long it's going to be free, but I put the link in the chat below. And also to really just connect with you guys because I am embarking on something that I've never seen before, and that is to grow a vertical farm, um, and farmers market as a hybrid in a area in Columbus, Ohio that is pretty much a food desert. I actually own the land there, and I've been on this mission to do this project with people all around the world who are into this technology using soap bubbles instead of other ways to generate energy inside a growing facility. It's kind of not really complicated, but it's just a lot. But basically, they grow instead of using solar panels, they use soap bubbles in an envelope that gives the same effect as a solar roof. It's a sustainable way to uh, create an environment whereby you can control the temperature and grow food, or you can do uh, produce and fish. We're going to try to do produce and fish in Columbus, Ohio, but it is definitely a project journey because we've been in research and development now for about 5 years, and a lot of these people are in places like Canada. We've got a guy in Korea and some people in Estonia or someplace in Europe. But it's a huge project as far as the science goes to try to build in a sustainable way. I'm trying to take some of that information and move along because it has been 5 years and I'm ready to kind of move forward. And so I've got some things that I'd like to share at some point in this room that will allow people to think beyond traditional farming, but it's farming all the same. It's growing food. It's having control over your own food sources to a degree. So I just wanted to introduce that agribiz and introduce myself. Thank you for allowing me to speak.